guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Future Trading with Mike, and today is September the 5th, and I want to talk about a topic at hand, and that is one that a lot of traders, day traders, are affected by, and that is taking a small size account and trying to grow that account, grow your trading account to a larger size account, what causes that? Overtrading. Overtrading is a key factor that disallows or stands in the way of traders trying to grow their small account to a larger size account. And we're going to talk about that in this video today. Simply put, what is overtrading? Overtrading is where you just basically are taking on the risk of placing too many trades into the market. You're not waiting for the set or the right market condition to actually happen, or for a setup to unfold in front of you, right in front of your eyes, okay? And then waiting for that opportunity based on, certain if you're a technical analysis trader, whatever the case is. Me, I'm a price action trader. I like to trade supply and demand. So I'm basically looking for certain setups in the market that increase my probability, which allow me to take certain trades, okay? Once price, and I have a certain strategy I use, so I'm looking for rejection, or basically pullbacks to areas where, if the price is bouncing off of an area of higher, demand or supply off a higher time frame. Well, I scale down and look for on my lower time frame chart to see if I'm getting rejection. Okay, rejection is basically price making and breaking structure. You guys always hear me using that term, and price pulling back and looking for the rejection. Okay, but the thing about it is looking for high probability areas to take those trades. Okay, a lot of people when they first start off as a beginner, they get into this routine of overtrading. Okay, and there are a lot of different factors that take part in the reason why people overtrade or traders overtrade. And I'm going to talk about that. But simply put, overtrading is just the basic idea or understanding is just taking a placing too many trades into the market. You're not fully trained yourself right on the areas to where you should be focusing on and looking at those higher probability areas to take trades in, okay? And you have to gain control of that. If you don't gain control of that, you will spiral out of control, and you would be taking a funded account, and I've seen so many traders blow nice size, small and nice size accounts in a matter of time. And it's one of the most frustrating things, one of the most frustrating things that people face or go through is blowing through money. Money is something that we work hard to obtain, and it's a sense of accomplishment, in a sense of it may be a business that you're running, it may be a job that you're working for, whatever the case is, and you're setting money aside. And maybe you want to start, day trading for a living, whatever the case is, whether it's part-time or full-time. But you have to, you have to train yourself, you have to train your mind, you have to train your psyche, and gain control of your psychology if you want to become great at day trading. So gaining control of the psychology piece is one of the biggest components that help eliminate, overtrading. And there's certain, psychological factors, things that we need to control to help eliminate us from day trading. Not day trading, but overtrading, okay? Because it is our goal. That's what we as day traders want to do, is grow our account, right? We want to be profitable each and every day. We want to be able to see those high probability setups in the market, okay? Which we look for to take the opportunity to be able to trade, to be able to make money. But, okay, here it is. The psychology or psychological things that affect us, things that we have to control, and I'm going to state them right here. One is fear. You can't be fearful when you step into the market, okay? Sweaty palms, you're getting nervous, and I know the feeling, because we all have money on the line, right? Doesn't matter even if you're sim trading, because even if you're sim trading or in demo trade mode, you're still trying to gear yourself and prepare yourself as if you're trading with your own money, okay? So always be, you want to put your mind in a state of, doesn't matter if you're demo or trading with real money. You want to be able to put yourself in the mind as if you're really trading live in the market each and every day, regardless if it's demo or regardless if it's your live money, trading live in the market, okay? So fear is something you got to control. You cannot be fearful when you step into the market, okay? Now, yeah, even I step, when I take trades sometimes, I get a little sweaty palm in the sense that when I see the market kind of moving sideways after getting into a position, but I know how to control that. I go ahead and get out. The market's not moving quick enough in a certain direction, I'm out, okay? I take my profit and get out, okay? I don't let the market come back and start eating at my profits, all right? Greed is another thing. We have to be able to control greed. And these are all things what cause traders to overtrade. Fear, greed, conviction, especially when it comes to greed. Greed is one of those psychological components that will destroy even the greatest trader, okay? Even the greatest trader tends to get greedy at some point or some time, whatever the case is, you know. But you have to be able to control it, because if not, it will cause you to blow even a large size account, you know. Trying to stick out and stay and take into a trade that, you know, maybe starting to pull back and start to have have major drawdown occurrences. At some point, you gotta know where to cut your losses at. You know, it's like, because then you're gonna cause yourself to look at where you were in profit, and now price has given you a chance to take profit, and now it's taking everything back from you, and now you're back down to where you're taking on drawdown and it's eating at your account. So greed is probably one of the most it's probably one of the hardest obstacles to kind of get over. It is, if you are a greedy person, you have to really ask yourself, is it something that you can control and set to the side and learn how to deal with it and do away with it? If not, then you're not going to become a great trader. I'll simply say that, okay? Frustration is another psychological component. We all get frustrated every day trading markets. It's one of the hardest things to kind of control is trading, you know, because trading is something as a retail trader, we just can't, when I say control, we don't control what the markets do. You know, as retail traders, we just try to, as I always say, grab the coattail of the bigger fish in the sea, the bigger players in the market, the bigger beings, you know, the ones that are higher than us, that are really pushing and pulling the market. We try to trade following their footprint or following in their footprint, making the moves they move, you know, and just trying to take the crumbs off the table that they kind of leave behind and move with them. So, yeah, the markets can get very frustrating at times, and as we as traders, you know, we just, you got to learn how to deal with the frustration or whatever the case is. That sometimes you have to step away from the chart, step away from the market, and kind of gain control or refocus on your mindset. Okay. And with frustration, once you become frustrated, that can lead to a person become angry. And once you get to the point to where you're like already frustrated, you know it's time to step away, but then you don't, and then you allow yourself to get angered, you are really setting yourself up for a downward spiral, out of control, a bottomless end pit, okay, to where you're going to blow everything that you have in your account, and you're not going to be able to grow that account to, you know, what you started off originally wanted to do. Take that small account and finesse it, or really just baby it to where you're taking, you know, a certain couple trades a day. You're not over trading. Hey, I take a limit of 2 or 3 trades a day, or maybe getting one good trade, and then build it up that day, build it up the next day, build it up the next day. And I always tell you, you should be profiting each and every day. By the end of the week, you should be in the money. You should be in the gold. Carry it on to the next week, or carry it over to the next week, and continue building that trading account, that small trading account that you once started with, and allowing it to grow. Because as you build that trading account, it allows you in time to be able to leverage more money, or put more money, trade with more money, to be able to grow an account even larger. That's the end goal, is to grow our account. Okay, all right. So outside of that, a lot of people tend to overtrade for reasons of they're simply just waiting. Market's not doing nothing. We're sitting here, it's moving sideways, and it comes straight out of just pure boredom. You know, I see a lot of people in the Discord channel. I know a lot of traders have heard it so much in the past. You know, we just get bored sitting in from the chart all, you know. Most times we try to trade for an hour, right? Okay, or 2 hours max, and we're out. You know, if you get a day where you're trading for like a half an hour, you're done. 1 and done situation, 2 and done, whatever the case is, 3 and done, then that's good if you could do that within a half an hour of time. But sometimes the markets, you know, at least probably twice a week, maybe even 3 times a week, the market may just move sideways and grind. But the way I trade, even in a sideways moving market where the market is just ranging, you guys see that I'm still able to profit, because I choose to be, and I am a scalper, and I can trade even in a sideways range day or moving market. You know, the market is moving sideways, whatever the case is. Do I get bored sometimes looking at the charts in the markets? Yes, of course I do. But I have to gain control of that and not allow myself to simply sit here and overtrade and take just random trades that don't match up or make any sense based upon my strategy and the setups I'm looking for. Because what's that going to cause? That's going to cause me to have a losing trade, you know, losing money out of my trading account, you know, and then I start to question myself as a day trader. Man, at the end of the day, I say, I didn't follow my plan. I didn't take that trade based on the strategy I should have, you know, and based on that setup. So those are some things that, you know, some components that we have to gain control of. Like I said, that conviction, that fear, the greed, the frustration, the anger, the boredom. We have to control all those pieces if you want to become a great trader, okay? And eliminate, that will help you eliminate that overtrading piece, okay? Do away with the overtrading, all right? It's all a mental process. It's just a mental thing that we have to gain control of. You know, that composure piece. We have to gain control of ourselves when we sit here in front of the markets and these charts and sit here trying to you know, look and read, follow price action, and understand what the market is trying to do. The market is basically laying it out for you. It's telling you a story. You know, it's like reading a book. I always talk about that, you know. Reading the market, following market structure, it's trying to tell you what it's getting ready to do, in a sense. And you have to be prepared and wait for those setups to unfold. And when we as day traders, we fall short, allow fear, the greed, the anger to step in and take control of us, what does that cause us to do? Okay? That causes a person to spiral out of control. We start to short circuit. We start to unravel, okay? And then it's like we get to this point where we feel like maybe we have like this out of body experience type thing to where you know, it's like we are not who we are as a trader. The person we were yesterday, we aren't that person today. And then you start, like I said, you start to question yourself. You know, you start to have this out of body experience. Man, who am I today? What did I do? I failed here, you know? And then it causes us to start making some erratic decisions, and then that's what leads us to all the overtrading, you know, when we're sitting in front of the charts, and one trade leads to another trade, which is a bad trade, and that trade leads to another trade, which is a bad trade, and some people blow their full-size accounts within one trading session. Yes, one trading session. I've seen people and heard people, even people that are close to me, blow their accounts in one day's time, okay? And we're not talking about small accounts of $2,500 or $5,000, whatever the case is. I'm talking about big money, all right? Big money. And that will cause a person to want to stop trading. And I'm not saying they may stop trading for a few years, you know, for several months, for a few years. They may stop trading altogether permanently and never come back to the markets, okay? Because once you've lost $100,000 in the market, man, that's a tough pill to swallow. And then once you've taken on so many trades, you know, you're over trading and you're losing money, you know what comes you know what comes next? The Hail Mary pass. The Hail Mary pass, where we feel like we can take one more great opportunity, and it's going to erase everything and put us back in the green. And does it work most times? Nope. It causes us, we take that Hail Mary pass, and people are just on the brinks of exploding and blowing their account. So they take that Hail Mary pass, that Hail Mary trade, and they lose it all. It's like going to the table, and they sit there and roll down those last bit of dice they have in their hand, okay? They play those dice, and what happens? Everything they stacked up on from the beginning, they lose it all, okay? So I don't want to see anybody have to suffer and go through the heartache, the headache, you know, because it can start to affect you personally in your personal lives. And that's one thing you have to do, is you have to separate the professional side to, you know, separate professionally what you do when we're trading as a business, and separate that from our personal lives. Because if you allow, you know, you have a losing day, whatever the case is, and you guys know what I always say, you must have a green day, not a red day. You should be in the green each day and not in the red. And there's ways to do that, and I show you guys how to do that. I talk about how to do it, or how I do it in my trading, whatever the case is. So, but it's your choice, you know. Stick to the way that works for you. Stick to the plan that works for you. Stick to however you trade and the way it works for you. Stick to it, okay? I trade my way. You may trade differently, and that's fine. We as traders, we trade differently. We have different strategies. Nothing wrong with that. So trade what works for you. I say that all the time. You guys hear me say it all the time. Anyone that follows the videos, you guys are sitting here watching this, even for the first time, go back and look at many of my videos. I always talk about that. Trade the strategy. Trade the plan that works for you. I do not want to see anybody, you know, have to go through the heartache, something that may affect you, you know, your loved ones, because whatever you're going through and struggling because you took a few bad trades and lost some big money in the market that day, you know, don't push it over into don't bring it over into your personal life, because then you're going to start destroying something else. Okay, so but that's a totally different ball game, you know. So I'm just saying, trading is all mental. But behind the mental piece of it is it will and can control your life if you allow it to. You have to have separation, all right? Okay, so but anyways, the topic at hand here was overtrading. I'm stepping into some other categories or some other topics now. But yes, you have to be able to control this, control your psyche, control, and once you control your psyche, it's going to control. It's going to allow you to perform the way you need to in the market, to have great performance, take great trades, which will allow you to grow that small account to a larger scale account. Okay, all right. So taking those Hail Mary passes, don't do it. Once you've had a losing trade or two losing trades, and you find yourself into an overtrading situation, do not take that Hail Mary pass thinking it's going to get you out of a situation that you're in. So here's some tips I can give you to kind of help maybe eliminate the overtrading. First and foremost, you have to recognize, are you overtrading? You know, okay? Are you overtrading? Put parameters in place. How many trades am I actually going to take a day? You know, some people they do that. They may have a number of certain trades. I see people on Discord say, "Oh, I've met my limit today. I've taken those 2 trades. I've taken those 3 trades." Okay, and you start to see, out of those 2 or 3 trades, were they profitable trades? Were all 3 good? Were 2 good and 1 lost? Whatever the case is. Maybe you have a certain cap. You know, recognize the overtrader. Recognize the number of trades you're actually going to take and be done with it. If that's part of your plan, that I'm going to take 2 or 3 trades a day, and you're done, that's a great plan, okay? All right? But everybody's plan is different. So you have to, recognize the overtrading, okay? You know, you must have criteria when it comes to trading too, you know. You must be able to, in your trading plan, you must be looking for certain setups. You know, you must have a strategy already, but the setup, you should always be trading around a certain setup, you know. Your strategy, like for me, I trade supply and demand. I have a certain a setup that I look for and how I trade around supply and demand, and it's pretty simple, you know. But I'm using a top-down approach, whatever the case is. So there's certain criteria that I look for when it comes to looking for a trade to start to unfold, you know. And that setup, I must see it, you know, in order to, you know, for place to go into effect with my strategy. So I know I got a little tongue twisted there, but yes. 2, you got to have follow certain criteria, okay? So that will help you also eliminate the overtrading as well, guys, okay? All right. And number 3, I would say, you know, be patient, you know. Be patient and wait for the setups unfold. You know, don't be so quick to jump into a trade. You know, I always say, in my setup, I wait for price to come back, especially like, you know, when I see the breaks in structure, say for instance, you know, price is at a demand zone, say for instance, and then I'm looking for price to break structure and then come back down. So price has made a leg or run to the upside. I'm looking for price to come back down. I try to avoid trading at that 50% area or in the middle of a leg. I want to see price come back down to the area where you know, the buying or the aggressive buying took place at, where the origination or the initial buying took place, price to come back down. And if it comes back down to that area, I see rejection, I'm going long, right? Okay, so let the trade pretty much present itself back to you. You know, let that trade setup unfold and come back to you. Wait, be patient for it to unfold, all right? And then, you know, I said number 4, one of the biggest things that I think people need to really gain control of is the emotions, you know, because we all know the emotions are what will eat us up. We know the emotions are what carry us through each and every trade that we take, you know. And sometimes we just feel great about being in a certain trade. You can feel it. When you're in a great trade or in a good trade, you can feel it. You know it. But the moment, you know, that trade starts to kind of fizzle out, that's when you get out. Okay? That's when it's something about trading. You can feel it on the inside of you. Know when you're in a good trade, you stay in, or you go ahead and take profit or look for that area of support and resistance above or below you, whatever the case is, and you get out and you take your profit and then you wait up, move on to the next setup. But never allow the emotion side of greed, fear, those things to really step place, because those are all emotions that kind of affect us in our trading, is what I'm trying to say. So greed is probably one of the worst ones. Fear, you can kind of control fear. And fear comes with controlling that is, you know, that all comes with experience. You know, the more you become experienced, the more you become consistent in your trading. That fear piece kind of tends to kind of fade itself into the background. But greed is something that kind of sticks with even the best trader, and it's something that a lot of people still, even experienced traders, professional traders, it affects them, and they try to control. It's one of those factors that you just have to control. You have to control because as traders, it's our goal to make money. It's our goal to want to profit, you know. But even with me, you know, I have a goal. I tend to like, you know, I guess one of the best ways to really control greed is probably more so have a limit on the amount on the time. Have a certain time amount or limit of what you're actually going, how long you're actually going to trade. Is what I'm trying to say. Maybe you're going to trade and make that part of your plan an hour tops, 2 hours tops, whatever the case is. But you know, you have to control that greed factor. So put some parameters in place to be able to control greed. Okay, all right, and we all know about, you know, revenge trading. Revenge trading comes out of taking, you know, trades, bad trades, whatever the case is, because your mind, maybe you're not emotionally fit that day, because maybe something else in your life has stepped or taken hold of you and control of you and has superseded, you know, you being able to sit down and really focus on the market that day. Take time away, you know, take a little me time and take some time away from the markets to get your mind, you know, back fresh and refocus, because revenge trading will definitely lead to you, again, you know, blowing your account. It will revenge for you. It will cause you, revenge trading will cause you to take some bad trades, simply put. All right. So, control the emotions as well. Keep in control or gain control of the emotional state at which you are in when you are trading, okay? And that leads into my next point. Know when to step away, okay? I just said, maybe have a time frame, a you know, allotted period of time. When you start trading, I'm gonna trade for an hour. I'm gonna trade for 2 hours, and that's it. Typically, I don't trade more than 2 hours a day. I may chop my sessions up. I may trade, you know, a certain period of time in the morning, a certain period of time in the afternoon. But you know, I've gained control of certain things that I don't chase the market for one. I control I've learned to control greed. Okay, the fear. I think fear is always going to be in a trading, but like I said, that kind of fades in the background. Even the greatest trader, you know, when you take a trade, or get into a trade, the fear is always there. There's a little bit of fear that's always just going to be there, especially when the market maybe like is moving your direction a little bit, then it starts to pull back. To me, I like to see the market when I'm in a trade. I always say it's got to move. You know, if it doesn't start moving within the first, you know, few seconds, you know, 10, 20 seconds when I'm in that trade going in my direction, I'm probably going to go ahead and get the trade, because it's just, I don't like to see knee jerking type trades, you know, where push up, pull back, that type thing in a short area, you know, and then I start chopping sideways. I get out when I start seeing that stuff, because, and then most times they end up going in my direction, and you know, the validity of the trade or the entry or the point at which I was trying to get into the trade at, or the area I was getting into a trade at, you know, I was dead on. I just got out of it, because the market, to me, I don't like to kind of see like choppiness. I don't like where the market is kind of irrational. It wants to like move in my direction, pull back, and then kind of play sideways. And then it's playing with me emotionally in a sense. So I go ahead and get out. And a lot of traders lose money that way. It's best to go ahead and get out versus allowing the market to come back against you. So I know when to cut my losses and get out. That's the best thing I can recommend. If it ain't going in your direction quick enough, get out. And lastly, one of the tips that I can give that'll help eliminate, probably, you know, lead you to overtrading. A lot of people struggle with this, and everybody struggles with this, and I hear it all the time. It's the idea of FOMO, fear of missing out on a trade, fear of missing out on exponential amount of profits. You know, you take a trade, you get out, and then the market like blast up to the upside, you know, and you're in a long position, and you beat yourself up. I missed that great opportunity. You didn't miss it. Yeah, it happened, but you didn't miss it. You still made money. Okay, so if you have that ego of chasing the market, at some point it's going to nip you in the rear end, and you are going to have a bad day. So stick with your trading plan. Stick with the strategy. You know, if you knew you should get out of a certain area, then get out. If that's part of where you should be putting your TPA, your profit target, or whatever the case is, the market comes back against you, or whatever the case is, you got a stop loss there, get out. Either way, either you're getting stopped out, okay, break even, you know, stopped out and maybe take a few ticks lost, whatever the case is, or the market went in your direction and you knew above you was an area of resistance and you knew that area is where you need to get out the trade at, or take most of your position and your size off, and then maybe allow the last contract or so to trail behind or run behind the market, whatever the case is. But do me a favor, okay? Don't ever have a fear of missing out type personality, or allow that mind frame to control you and you build some ego behind it, because it will destroy you as a great trader, okay? Or becoming a great trader, okay? All right? Don't do that, okay? It just doesn't make any sense at all. The fear of missing out thing, it causes people to become impulsive in their trading daily. It turns a great day trader, okay? In my standpoint, I'm a scalper. I love scalping the market each and every day surrounding the strategies I use. But it will destroy me as a scalper, okay? It will destroy me, all right? It will allow me to start, losing money, taking money outside of my account. My account size will decrease, and I don't want to become impulsive, okay? All right? So that's why when you see me trade and my live record sessions, and a lot of people always question, why did you get out there? Why didn't you wait? The market did this. It kept going. No. I have my triggers. I know where to get in and out of the market at. So that's why I trade the way I do, and I'm able to be successful and be profitable doing it. And that's the key. Consistency, profitability. Understand that, all right? So that's all I have for you guys today. I really hope you guys found some value in the content on this topic here, talking about overtrading and growing a small size account to a larger scaled or larger size account. I appreciate everyone tuning in. If you have not hit that subscription button or haven't subscribed to the channel, I really appreciate it if you would go ahead and subscribe by clicking on that red button below, but also make sure to click on that little bell icon next to the subscribe button so that you never miss one of the uploads here on the channel. I am a futures trader. I trade the ES futures, the Emini S&P 500 futures each and every day, pretty much 5 days a week. And I post my live recorded sessions. So I appreciate it if you want to join and maybe, pick up some great information here on the channel. I'm not a teacher, I'm not an instructor, but I do show you how I trade. And, we have great people here in the community that have joined or subscribed to the channel, as well as the Discord. If you're interested in joining the Discord community, look down in the description portion of the video and you'll find the link to the Discord. It's a great community. We have, I think, roughly like 270 community members right now. And basically, we get on there each and every morning. We talk about the markets, levels, zones that we have interest in trading. It's a question and answer type form. So if you got questions, there's always going to be someone that possibly may have the answer to your question. So just come on board if you're a futures trader and you want to join a great community where collective minds come together and share information. I appreciate each and every one of you and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.